Hi everyone. Just going to invite a minute to get started, but we are going to be chatting about all things registry today. Oh, looks like we might have Morgan here.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just trying to get Sarah on, so 1 second. Let's see. I'm so excited to chat with you today. I feel like there's just so much to talk about with registry, and I'm so excited to
Yes.
talk more about Solly Baby too, because it is a product that I love, and I feel like all of my friends love it too.
Yes. Love, love. I've got mine right here.
I know actually I don't have a Nanit in this room. I should, but I have a sound machine in
There
here.
you go.
Yeah. So 1 second, just trying to get Sarah on. Let's see.
I know. Sometimes it can take a minute to get all those notifications.
I know. It's like nothing ever works when. Here we go. Okay. I think she'll be on in a minute. So for everyone joining, this is, oh, hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good.
I'm so happy you could join.
Yeah, same.
So we are going to be chatting about all things registry today, which I'm so excited about. So we do this typically every month, and we have different brands and influencers join us, so we can get all different types of opinions. So for those that are expecting and building their registries, this is really a time for you to learn what we have loved on our registries, maybe things that we would skip, and things that we wish we registered for, which I love chatting about that. But before we get into it, a couple of housekeeping items. We are running a giveaway. So if you email social@nanit.com with a link to your registry, make sure you have Nanit and Solly Baby on your registry. We will be picking one winner, and you'll be gifted a Nanit as well as a Solly Baby wrap, which is amazing. Two of my very favorite items, which we will definitely be chatting about. So don't forget to email social@nanit.com. Yeah, before we dive into it, let's kind of go around and introduce ourselves. Maybe share a little bit about you, how many kids you have, and then we can get into the fun stuff. Morgan, do you want to go first?
Sure. My name is Morgan. I am Solly Baby's baby wearing educator. I've been with Solly about 8 years now. Just a testament to how wonderful they are. Prior to that, I was a volunteer baby wearing educator, so I'm also pretty well versed in other carrier brands and styles, but I'm still here with Solly. So I help anywhere with customer care, getting good fit checks with your Solly wrap, through email, social media. I do private virtual consults, one-on-one. I like to tell wearers sometimes a wrap can look a little intimidating, but it's often an adjustment, maybe two, and you're set to go. So I'm always like, please try it, please reach out. And it's really wonderful once you get the hang of it.
Definitely. And then what about you, Sarah?
First of all, I love Solly Baby so much, you guys. Like, it's amazing. I know we'll chat about this, but yes, I agree. The wraps are not as crazy. Once you get it down, it's like a ninja. You just can go. Anyway.
Riding a
I'm
bike.
saying, yeah, exactly. It's like once you know how to do it, it's amazing. I love it. So I'm a DIYer, so obviously I do a lot of baby wearing. So yeah, Sarah flips it. I've been DIYing and doing content creation for 2 years now. I just had a baby in May, so I have a almost 3-month-old, and then she's my first girl, and then I have a 4-year-old boy, a 2-year-old boy. I actually also work full time, which we'll see how that goes after this maternity leave. So yeah, I'm just riding the wave. I've been talking a lot on my page about postpartum health and just like making sure that you're taking care of you while you're also taking care of your babies, which I think is huge. And so yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. Well, I'll definitely be looking to you for a lot of advice. Having 3 kids, I feel like you probably have it down pat,
Oh,
especially
no.
with this third baby. Like, here's what you need, here's what you don't need.
Yeah, no, true. With registries, I feel like I have a solid idea.
Yeah.
I thought you meant raising
For the
kids. I'm like, well.
I'm a work in progress for all of us, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm Melanie. I'm the director of brand and community here at Nanit, and my daughter is going to be 18 months at the end of the summer, which I can't believe. I feel when we first started doing these series, I think she was like 5 or 6 months old. So it's crazy. So I feel like now I have a little bit more of a sense of like the products that we've actually used like the whole first year and things that have really grown with us, which is always fun to talk about, like the things that you can really get a lot of your money's worth out of versus products that you only use for like a couple of weeks. So yeah, let's get into it. I'd love to hear your top like 3 registry items that people should 100% have on their registry. When they're preparing for their baby. Do you want to go first, Sarah?
Yes. Okay, I know this is a Nanit Live, but seriously, a good baby monitor. I have tried other like really high quality baby monitors. This is actually my third, and so I have others to compare it to, and I love my Nanit. I feel like the connection is way better than my other ones where it doesn't time out. I also think the notifications are more on point, and I don't think my other one did a sound. One of them only did like a movement. Anyway, it's sound and movement, so I love that. And then I also love waking up and scrolling through all of the different like it captures. Anyway, it's really cool. So love my Nanit for sure. I also just got like for this baby, I got a rocker and swing in one. It's amazing. Like instead of just having like a huge swing and then like a rocker on the side, it just detaches and you can like bring it wherever you want, and then it clips back on and it's like the swing part. So I'm all about like consolidating because baby stuff can get super overwhelming if it's like, you guys know, I'm like the toys, the baby stuff. So I really love that you can just consolidate it. I also really love like my weighted wipe container that I have, so I can do like the one-handed changes. I don't really think that you need like the warmer. And then, okay, I'm going to just do one more because obviously, like, I just think when it comes to swaddles, especially, I am like a swaddle snob. And like the muslin swaddles, I'm not a fan of. They're just like scratchy and not cozy. And then the more you wash them, the scratchier they get, I feel like. So I was always like a deluxe muslin swaddle believer. But once I got my first Sully, I'm like, I would rather have one Sully baby swaddle than 10. Like, it's so worth it for me, at least. I guess my biggest advice for registries is like, get the top 5 quality things that you want instead of like a bunch of little things because they're cheaper. It's the exact same price point. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can either have like 5 solid swaddles that are like amazing that you love to use, or you can have 15 that kind of are the worst, but you use them because they're cheaper and you hate it. And it's the same price point, you know? And so I guess that was like my registry advice. So.
Yeah, I totally agree. What do you think, Sarah? Or sorry, Morgan.
I'm like,
oh, no, I forgot to include probably one of the most important parts. I have 3 little ones also, not so little anymore, 12, 9, and 7. So I'm kind of on the other end of that. But we were also definitely a little more, well, I think with each baby, we got a little more minimalist. Like, okay, we have kiddos now to tote around, so I don't all the things. Agreed, definitely on the quality. Obviously, a good baby carrier. I wore all 3 of mine, and by the time I had my 3rd, he lived in it because that's just the way life rolled. So a good baby carrier. I nursed all 3 of them, so I feel like a good nursing bra is really important. Comfy. I'm all about comfort for mom. And then I was really bummed, but we came out with our Solly sleepers right after I had my 3rd. And they're the same like soft, thin, lightweight material that our wraps and our swaddles are. And I feel like baby could live with those. So I feel like that would be a must-have for baby for sure as well.
Yeah.
Water.
I think
last one, a good one. I drank so much water when I was nursing that a good water bottle is super important.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. On recently we were talking about the importance of having water near you, and if you're having the baby, it's like a great thing for your partner to like be responsible for, which is just like always making sure that you have water around you, because it's hard, especially when you're nap trapped or when you're nursing or whatever the case may be. It's just really nice to have water near you. So I totally agree on the water bottle. I have my Stanley, which I think I bought when I was pregnant. And I literally has never left my side since then. They brought it to the hospital with me. I know that people love the hospital water bottles, and they're nice, but like I recommend bringing your own water bottle.
Yeah.
So for me, a couple of things must have. A sound machine is so important. When I had my baby, Nanit did not have a sound machine yet, but we recently launched a sound machine a couple of months ago, and now I exclusively use it. I have it here. I have a couple throughout my house, to be honest, but I feel like that's something that really helped in the beginning, just with routines and schedule and creating a really nice environment for my baby, but also for me. Like now I find myself sleeping with a sound machine. And so what's great about Nanit sound machine is if you have the camera, you can actually control some of the key features right within your Nanit app. So I love it when my baby's napping and I see her kind of startling, like I'm like, oh gosh, she's waking up, but like her nap should not be over. So I can easily just like turn it up a little bit, or if my dogs are barking. So it just makes it really easy to have it all in one place, which I love, love, love. And then of course I love the Nanit monitor. That's not just because I work here. Even before I started working at Nanit, all of my friends would rave about it. And it was just one of those things where if you didn't have one, people were showing you pictures of the live screen, like especially when I go out to dinner with my friends, it's always so fun to see all of our babies at home asleep, and being able to check in and being connected wherever you are, to me, is so helpful for my peace of mind. And then the other thing that I love about it is our sleep tracking. So I know this sounds so silly, but I'm sure both of you will understand, especially having more than one kid, but keeping track of when your baby fell asleep, you would think is like the easiest thing. You would think you would put your baby to bed and then think, okay, I put them down for a nap at 9:15. Let me tell you, you put that baby down for a nap, you walk out of the room and you go to wash a bottle and then you're like, wait, what time is it? Like, how long have they been sleeping? So for me, that was so incredibly helpful in the beginning when she wasn't on a set schedule. But even now, when she is on a more set schedule, I love just being able to check in and see her naps, her nightly sleep, and just getting a sense of when it's time to drop naps. There's just so much data that I have found incredibly helpful. And then what would my third thing be? I totally agree on the baby wrap, and I think it's kind of a personal choice on like, some people I feel like are kind of intimidated by wraps. So Morgan, I'd love to chat more about like how to get comfortable with it, especially like when you're out and about, because I personally love baby wearing, but I would say in the beginning I was really nervous because I was like, am I using it correctly? Like, is the baby's head in the right place? But then once I got a little bit more confident, it was so much easier than a stroller when I would like run out to the grocery store or like just quick trips. I loved baby wearing. So outside of a product like Solly, I also really loved Arduna, which I was very sad to retire that when my baby got too big for it, because it was also easy for just like quick trips and also for traveling. So if you travel, it's really nice to be able to know that you have like a stroller and a car seat that can fit on the airplane, which is nice. But yeah, Morgan, let's chat a little bit more about baby wearing, and I guess people who might be a little bit more nervous, like any tips that you have around that.
Well, if you think about it, really any carrier that you choose is going to have adjustments and a little bit of a learning curve to get it comfy and fitted for both you and baby, whether it's a stretchy wrap, a woven wrap, a buckle carrier, a ring sling. A lot of people think, oh, a buckle carrier, you just buckle and put it on, but there's lots of adjustments that go with that too. So for it's long, it can look a little intimidating. Ours is very thick, soft, and lightweight. You can see here, this is the whole wrap. So it's more manageable than you would think because it is so thin and lightweight. But we've got some great tips for tying on, even like when you're out and about. I know that can be a little bit, you don't want it to touch the ground, you don't want it in the parking lot. You can tie on before leaving the house. Again, it's nice and thin. You can buckle right over it. It's already on when you arrive, and you can pop baby in when you get there. Got a couple tips for like braiding the ends. So if you do tie on when you're out and about, the ends don't ever touch the ground. And practice. Give it a try a few times before baby arrives, so you're not feeling any nerves or anything once baby's here. There's already a lot to learn about baby. I know a lot of new caregivers and new parents are like, I don't want to learn one more thing. But really, you just give it like a couple tries. We usually say like a handful of times, and you're usually set to go. And then I'm here. Like, not all offer educators. Some of them do, not all of them, but it's so nice to, even if it feels great, like, hey, can I just have a second set of eyes to make sure I'm doing this right? Because that's how I felt with my first. I think I had 4 or 5 carriers. And in any of them, I was like, I don't know, is he okay? Is he breathing? Is he like, I don't know if this looks right. So to have been able to check in with somebody, whether through email or send a photo or hop on a quick consult, like I think it really gives our customers a peace of mind. So I have people all from, I have no idea what I'm doing. Can I hop on and talk to you? This feels wonderful, but I just need a second set of eyes. So I say give it a try. Like it really makes a world of difference. I wore my first, but not nearly as much as my second two. And I really wish I would have worn my first more. Like I thought, oh, it's only for when I'm going out and about. But then there are all those naps that you're trapped under baby on the couch. And I'm like, why didn't I use this more for that? I could have gotten so much more done while still. So whether it's your first, your fourth, like I couldn't love baby wearing more, along with like being able to get things done. All the benefits for wear and baby are just, I feel like there's no downside.
I also feel like the wraps are the way to go with newborns, especially because I've tried, like, I really do love like my buckle one too. But with newborns, it's like, this is not like, you know, their little heads everywhere. Like you need, yeah. I'm like, so it's a perfect registry item, I feel like, because it's so good for their tiny little bodies and they're so lightweight that it's like, you just want your hands free, you know, while still holding them. And I use it around my house a lot, you know. I have 2 Sully babies and the wraps, and I wear them around the house a ton when I just need to get stuff done and she won't let me put her down. So
yeah,
I love
very
it.
almost, we say womb-like because it's kind of that 4th trimester. Like it's very thin, soft, lightweight, but like still almost like a swaddle, like swaddled to you essentially.
Yeah. Cool that you guys offer that too. I remember getting that for my car.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was gonna say I got that same thing for my car seat. Like I had a car seat, I don't even know what they're called, but like a specialist come out and make sure I was buckling them correctly and that it was all installed. That's so cool that you guys offer that too, because it's like that peace of mind, like, okay, I'm doing this right. I have someone who's like knee deep in this all day. So that's cool.
Yeah, very much tech or lactation educator or just for any of those things.
Yeah.
It's especially for a new parent. Well, I say parent, even on your 4th, you have things that come up that you're like, wait, I've never experienced this before. I thought I had it all down. So I love being able to offer that for them.
Cool.
Yeah, it's an amazing service. And yeah, I agree. I feel like I forget what it was like having a newborn. So I imagine when I have my next baby, I'm going to need to like refresh my memory on all of these things. Let's talk about a couple of things that you didn't register for, but wish you did. Or maybe since you guys have multiple children, things that you registered for your second or your third, that you realized you definitely should have had on there. Morgan, do you want to go first?
Thinking.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I do have one. The Haka, like the to catch any extra. I mean, that liquid gold, you don't want to miss out on any of it. So I got that. I registered with that for my third.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't want to waste.
Yeah, I think for me, I didn't register for anything for myself. And I think that's such a miss for so many new parents when they're building the registry. Of course, the majority of it is for your baby and the new life that you're going to have and all of the things that you will need. But a huge piece of that is your own recovery. And the 4th trimester, there's so much going on that it's so helpful to have things for yourself. So I really encourage people, and I didn't do this, but now I encourage everyone to do it. Like, register for some things for yourself that are going to make your life a little bit easier. And I think people love gifting those things too. So add those to your registry. I know Bodily has really great birth boxes. They're awesome gifts because they include like everything that you will need, really nice robe, sock, plus like a ton of the supplies. Of course, you can take a ton from the hospital, but I will say some of the Bodily box, like some of the things that they included, I ended up ordering it after I got home from the hospital. I loved. So I really recommend products for you. So definitely don't forget about that. Sarah, anything that you would have added?
Yeah, I love that. I would never have thought to add it to my registry, but I 100% agree. Like I remember this last time just having a baby, I got like a cute bag to bring to the hospital. I got like a cute, really soft blanket for me while I was giving birth, you know, and I ordered a couple other things for like the postpartum recovery, like the Frida bottle, and some other things that I really loved. As far as like baby goes, I got like a really nice bassinet for the side of my bed, which I didn't with my first. I was like, I'll just use the nursery. It's fine. And I'm like, no, like I'm not getting out of bed 3 times a day and walking down the hall, or 3 times a night walking down the hall. Like I will just grab you. So I say that is like way worth it. That I didn't ever think that I didn't think I would need, but I really liked that. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And convenience is huge, especially when you're recovering. It's nice to have things that will make it easier. And then are there any things that you put on your registry that you didn't end up using, or you would recommend like, maybe skip it?
Maybe this is gross of me, but like spit up rags, I'm like, dude, just use your blanket. It's fine. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like with my first, I was very like, I folded all of them and I had a burp rag always. And now with my third, I'm like, she's cool. Just like wipe it with her blankie. She's fine. You know what I mean? Unless you have a super spitty baby. But I just feel like I got an excessive amount of those. And I put that on my registry and like little things. I'm like, no, you don't need that. It's okay.
Yeah, you definitely don't need a million of them. I feel like people tell you for sure, like, you need so many burp cloths. I'm like, yeah, you can have a couple. It's nice to have them here and there, but like, you can wash them.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
So for me, with my first, we lived in Washington State, and I just thought for sure I was going to need a wipe warmer. Like, it was going to happen fast. Now, don't get me wrong. I have heard of people that absolutely swear by them and love them. We did. That was like one thing that, and then he didn't take a bottle either, so we need a bottle warmer. But I also know that can be super important for somebody that's pumping or doesn't warm on the go. But those were the two things. I just thought, oh, we're in Washington. I need these warmers. But we didn't.
I know. I had the same thing. I'm like, I thought about putting a warmer on my list. And I'm like, it's cool. They're fine. But I do love like my weighted wipe dispenser, and it like looks nicer on the counter. But like, as far as like a plug-in like warmer, I'm like, they'll live. It'll be okay. A little shock to the bum. It's okay.
Yeah. I feel like we talk about, it's so funny on all of these lives, the wipe warmer always comes up. And I would say like 90% of the time, everyone's like, don't get it. And I was in the same boat where I was like, you know what, I'm not going to introduce things that I know I'm going to have to take away or might make it more challenging for me on the go, because with a wipe warmer, if your baby's only used to warm wipes, what happens when you have to change them in the parking lot, or, you know, when you're traveling and then they don't like it? And I felt the same way about the bottle warmer. I just always did room temperature. And then she ended up drinking cold toward the end. Like when she was on formula, I would just like, I had a pitcher of formula, which is also great. You get, if you're feeding your baby formula, you can get a pitcher. I think Dr. Brown's is the one that we use. And so you can make it for the whole day and then you can just easily pour. It just made it so much easier. So yeah, those two things. And then the other thing that I would say, and I know why this is so tempting, but like all of the baby, like, so many baby clothes, you just don't need that much. And I know it's so tempting because it's so cute. And I even told myself, like, you're not going to buy a lot of baby clothes. We didn't find out the gender, but I still bought way too much. Like half the stuff, like she never ended up wearing, because they really just wear like the zippies, pajamas. That's really all you need. You need like maybe eight of them. So, cause they, you know, go through a couple a day, but again, you can do laundry. And then they start wearing outfits when they're older. But in the beginning, even when you go out, like, keep them in zippy pajamas. So much easier for diaper changes and everything. Like, just save yourself the money and spend it when they're bigger and wearing stuff. But that was like my biggest learning, where I was like, oh yeah, I bought way too much.
I love that. And it's also like your quality over quantity thing. Like, just get like 6 solid outfits that are like durable, so you can wear, like, you can use them for multiple kids. Like, all the clothes that I bought that are not great quality, I'm just tossing now. And it's like,
you trash them. It's so true.
yeah, but like if you buy like high quality clothes, you can wear them, you can use them for multiple kids. Like all my Nike zip ups are great now, you know. Anyway, I love that.
Yeah, so this has been such a great conversation. I guess before we sign off, any parting advice? I know we have a lot of new expecting parents on the live, so any advice you want to share before we wrap up?
Sure. I'll go. I actually just had a shoot this last week, and I was talking to one of the moms. It was her first, and I I feel like I'm the old lady now, telling everybody like, enjoy it. It does go by fast. I feel foggy, overwhelming, especially when it comes to registries and what do you need, what do you don't. But enjoy it. Like I said, mine are older now, and I get to I love on all our Solly babies. So I'm the old lady with the old lady advice.
No, I love it. It's true.
I do love it. I used to be like, what? Enjoy it. And I'm like knee
Yeah.
deep in it. I really do love like when my followers reach out or when they DM me and say like, enjoy it. I'm like, it helps me to take a step back and be like, they're going to be tiny for like this much time, you know? So I love that. I would say right now, my advice is just like, once you have the baby, just remember that your hormones are out of your control, but a lot of things are still in your control. Like you can't control how you feel, but you can control what you do. So, like, you know, I have struggled in the past with postpartum mental health with my first two. So this third time, I'm like, I've put together a list. It's a reminder, like, get ready, make your bed, drink a lot of water, make sure you're engaged in something that's outside of motherhood that's keeping you excited, and remembering that you're human, you know? And so I don't know. I think it's just like remembering all the little things to take care of your mental health postpartum. That would be my advice. It's just like make sure you have a set list of things that you're not going to forget to do, so you still feel like a human and not just like, anyway, that's my advice.
I totally agree. And I think even like the smallest things make the biggest difference in that fourth trimester. Like for me, it was showering every day, which I know sounds so silly, but like just showering, putting on new clothes, like even if they were still sweatpants, like that just helped my mood, and getting out of the house, even if it was just a walk around the neighborhood or a walk around, your street, that can really help. And it's good for your baby too. They love to be outside. So I love that. And then the other thing I would say is trust yourself and your intuition. It's so crazy. Like you can know absolutely nothing about babies, and then when you have your own baby, it's just like something clicks and you will bond with them, and you can really follow your gut and your intuition. And so just be really confident in that, because I think it's so easy, especially now with social media, to compare yourself and your baby to other people, but try not to do that, because like you said, Morgan, it goes by so fast. And so you can get caught in these moments of, comparing yourself, and then you kind of miss the moment, so it can be hard to do, but sometimes it's helpful, I think, to like tune out the noise and just really enjoy it, and take care of yourself too. Like you said, Sarah, I think that's a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you both so much. I feel like I learned so much too, and I'm sure the audience did. Just a quick reminder, we are doing a giveaway, so if you email us at social@nanit.com with a link to your registry, we will be picking one winner to win Nanit and Solly Baby. So we'll be announcing that, I believe, on social either later today or tomorrow. So look out for the winner. And thank you both so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Bye.
See ya.